The real challenge is decarbonizing heavy weapons systems such as tanks, warships, submarines, and fighter jets, which globally eat the most fuel every year. Trump has made it clear that the US oil and gas will go around the world. It will be sold somewhere else as well. Now, in that context, what will other countries do? Is Trump pushing the world back to dirty fuels? Science suggests that he might be. Trump has ordered the expansion of US oil and gas production, ditching renewables. Indonesia and Argentina have hinted they would follow his footsteps. There are fears that South Africa could now further delay its clean energy transition from coal. They keep on coming out like this, where people come to see them, and they are used to seeing all the people, and that's how it works. That's what's been happening. Tourism operators are happy about rhinos coming close to people because that means a rise in the number of tourists. But conservationists say there can be some serious challenges. अब देखिए, ये जो है, ये जंगल में नहीं रहता है, ये जाता है बाहर शहर में, जहाँ बहुत सारे लोग इसे पसंद करते हैं, और ये भी उनको पसंद करता है, लेकिन कुछ लोग जो है इससे नाराज हैं. Will India stop cut off water? That is something not immediately happening big time, because India's infrastructure in terms of holding back water or even diverting the water, that infrastructure is not there. Undercurrent issue यही है. इंडिया को अच्छी तरह से पता है कि ये जो ग्लेशियर्स जो सूख रहे हैं, और सिर्फ ग्लेशियर की बात नहीं है ये. देखिए, प्रेसिपिटेशन बोलते हैं हम, जो पानी बारिश होना या फिर बर्फ गिरना, इसमें काफी बदलाव आ गया है. But then what fueled their worry was they discovered a carcass of an orangutan, and as a result, that worry has gone up now.
Downpours because of the topography.
So topography and the cloudburst thing, as we were talking earlier. So, the story has moved a bit further than that. What I'm hearing from experts is, that might not be the case, because the data doesn't suggest that was so intense, the rainfall was. And बरसात का और ये है कि बरसात काफी हाइट में पहुंच गया है अभी. हम बरसात अभी उस हाइट में देखते हैं जहां पहले सिर्फ बर्फ गिरते थे. First of all, we need to understand that this region, northern Pakistan, this is where three major mountain ranges converge. The Hindu-Kush that comes in from Afghanistan, and then there's Karakoram and the Himalayas. So imagine all these towering peaks. And then Chinese media, for instance, they are reporting that the reason of this flood was the incessant, continuous rainfall in northern Nepal. Now, when I checked with authorities in Nepal, the hydrometeorological people, the experts, and also the disaster management people, what they're saying is there was no rainfall as such. Countries were supposed to come up with a roadmap. I mean, at least there was a push from some quarters that there needs to be a roadmap in terms of what do we do with that plan? How do we go about it? And also, how do we phase out fossil fuels? That is the bone of contention now. That's not happening, and that's where it is stuck. Of a good news, which is, it has found that projected emission, projected rise of temperature is come down a bit.
It's come down, but it's still going up.
No. What has gone up is the emissions. Again, you see, if you look at the history, China's history in the past, then fossil fuels also tends to come back, because it has situations when there are severe power shortages. So that's why it's got all this, coal build out for those emergencies.
इस सम्मेलन में किन किन मुद्दों पर चर्चा होगी, बता रहे लंदन से बीबीसी संवाददाता नवीन सिंह खड़का.
तो वो हीट 90% जो हीट है वो समुद्र ही अपने आप में ले लेती है.
Everest many times. You've also been caught in a storm on Everest. You know what these people are going through.
You were told that it would be nice, pleasant, mesmerizing views, and then suddenly you're trapped like that. That is very, very unpleasant. Despite being once labeled as climate wreckers, sports utility vehicles or SUVs now rule the road. Figures show more than half of new cars sold globally is SUVs.
People that we've mentioned there are working outdoors. They're presumably the most at risk.
Yes, outdoors and even indoors. So basically, the intensity and frequency of extreme heat events has risen sharply. That's what it's saying. And also what it adds is it's spreading to new regions and new seasons. That if lingering goes on, then there might be some ashfall, which might be very, very minimum. The majority of that ash plume is indeed advancing, and therefore there's a very less chance of that ashfall.
प्लेन्स के लिए क्यों खतरनाक हो जाती है ये राख?
प्लेन में जो है इसमें जो चीजें होती है, जो ग्लास होती है या फिर मिनरल्स होती है, उसकी राख में काफी सारी चीजें होती हैं, वो जो है वो इंजन में चला जाता है.
Were thinking that it might be working, but then they were also asking if it was working, why was the trash, the waste piling up?